Sup guys and girls, Giovanni here, Season 5, Episode 12. Let's get it.
Alright then. On with the show.
I'll start with the Raven plot. With Raven, she takes Alice to the hair salon and hears a rumor about Victor selling
The Chill Grill.
Even later, Raven even hears Victor on the phone talking to someone, saying, "Let's split it 50-50. My wife knows about it." To this very day, since the series started, Tanya has not been referenced by name. It was good to see Victor back. I missed him. No mention on his time with his mother. After getting kicked out of the hair salon due to getting too noisy and not staying under the hairdryer, Raven returns to it in disguise to find out who is Victor talking to. I would like to say I liked the barbers in the episode. It gave me barbershop vibes. Plus, I know it's irrelevant, but imagine if someone brought up Booker's barbershop days in this episode. Raven does find out about the situation, and it ends up being about Laszlo and some random woman. But I think this should have been Alana. Imagine Alana used to work at the hair salon before becoming principal. Janice could be like, one of our former co-workers is dating the Chill Grill owner. This is when Raven should have found out about Laszlo and Alana instead of at the end of episode 10. Raven could have been like, Laszlo and Alana? What's going on here? It doesn't matter. I'll figure out that later. Let me remind you, us, the fans, still know that they've met at the end of episode 10. Raven confronts Victor and wants him to tell her about getting a divorce. Victor assures her that ain't happening, but he has been talking to his lawyer because he wants to co-own the Chill Grill with Raven. Raven accepts this deal and is very happy. I don't get why Raven didn't just confront Victor from the start, but I guess the plotline would have ended early if that happened. Now to the Booker plot, the main story of the episode. And the story is Booker wants to reveal he is psychic to Neil and Ivy, and he thinks they are ready to know about it. As y'all know, I didn't want them to not find out at all this season. I would have saved them finding out for season 6. However, if they were going to find out, why didn't they just save that for the season 5 finale? Seriously, how is the season going to end? What's going to be the cliffhanger? Raven talks to Booker saying, "I told Eddie and Chelsea, you just have to trust them." Booker, when talking to Raven, says,
"Ivy and Neil are great, but I've only known them for a couple months."
First, scene does not contain a flashback on how Raven told Eddie and Chelsea about her visions. I would have liked to seen that. Secondly, writers, just because you point out Booker has only known them for a short time doesn't mean it's not a problem. I would go as far as to say this is kind of disrespectful to my time, but I'll come back to this later. Booker comes to Alice to find a way to test Neil and Ivy's loyalty. Looks like Alice doesn't know about Booker and the Tanya side of the family having visions, because she said, "What's the secret?" Fast forward to
Booker and the Bookettes
all having a seat on the couch, because Booker is about to reveal his secret until he gets a vision of Ivy saying, "Really, Booker? After hearing that, I don't think we could be friends." This makes Booker decide to lie, and this makes Ivy determined to find out what is his secret. I thought Ivy was just an okay character before, but this episode made me dislike her. They are in school on a Saturday for a lock-in, and Cammy is not there, by the way, because she is with her father. While there, Ivy wants to play Truth or Dare. Ivy makes Booker do things like wear bunny outfits and eating mayo to make Booker spill his guts, but Booker doesn't budge. But there is a third dare, which is skateboarding, and this is where Booker folds and is about to tell Ivy his secret. But Neil stops him, and he says this:
Friends don't test each other's loyalty. And if someone has a secret, we should respect it.
I have to disagree with Neil in this context. I think Booker should have tested them. Maybe not secretly behind their backs, but still tested them nonetheless. Here's how this should have played out. The plot ends with Ivy saying, "I'm sorry, I get you have a secret, and I just hope you could trust us enough in due time to tell us." Booker says, "I'm sure I will, because you two are awesome." I don't like this line Booker says in the episode.
You and Neil are the best friends a guy could have.
Best friends? Best friends? This is me coming back to saying, I will go as far as to say this is kind of disrespectful to my time. Remember Booker's true friends? Curtis, Gunnar, Xena, Sienna, Danny, Robin, and others. Tess? Granted, she was Nia's best friend, but she was still up there. All these characters are way better than Ivy and Nia. It sucks those characters disappeared. I would have liked to see more of them, especially Xena. I know how much I love that character. See, that's the one problem I've had with Raven's Home, is that they have side characters, but they aren't really developed or have a consistent appearance. Or they disappear after one season with no satisfying conclusion to their story, like Mitch or Sebastian. Oh, I know they're Ivy and Neil fans, don't get it twisted. Plus, speaking about Neil, I guess some people like him, but to me, every time he does a joke, this is me.
You're not funny and nobody likes you.
I just think the writers are trying too hard to make him funny. But let's jump into my grade for the episode. And I give it a 5 out of 10. But I was contemplating on giving it a 4 or 4.5 at first. And as said before, I would have preferred if Ivy and Neil found out in season 6 or in the season 5 finale. I am glad the writers built up to them finding out Booker has visions earlier in the episodes. But with that being said, get your fingers up and say it with me. I don't like how Disney spoiled Booker telling the Bookettes his secret. Granted, it wasn't in the scene they advertised, but still. Anyway, bye.